What up, everybody? I apologize for the mess. I had to move some stuff around. I'm trying to reorganize and clean up, so just moved everything around. But first part came in, nothing special, but right here got the little mirror deletes. See if I can take one out of here to show you guys. These are from Hot Bodies, I believe. They had a pretty good rating, and so yeah, these bad boys go right here like that. So it deletes the mirrors, but you can actually, it's a LED, so you can actually keep the turn signal function, which here in Texas you are required to have turn signals in the front. And where I live, they tend to have some kind of, there tend to be problems with like police and all that kind of stuff if you're missing small things like that. So I tend to not want to mess around with them. So, and these were actually not very expensive. I think off like a motorcycle website for these exact ones from Hot Bodies, it was something ridiculous, like $75 or some crap, or $60, or And but I found them, searched on Amazon. Amazon had them for $30. So here is the finished product, guys. There was really no point for me to record, honestly, because it was pretty straightforward, honestly. I can show you guys right here. I just wrapped it up with some electrical tape, zip tied the extra length, kind of tucked it away under here like that, so it's out of the way. I have to cut the piece of thing off, but basically it came with these butt connectors. I'm not a fan of them, to be honest. I might have to add some more electrical tape, but yeah, I'm not a fan of them. But for being something basic like this, I went ahead and used them because my solder is actually messed. It doesn't melt the solder right, so if it ends up being a problem, then I'll go ahead and just solder them together and then wrap them. But pretty straightforward. As you can see, you got the two bolts that go through with the LED light on top. You just plug up, and it's weird because or not weird, but the black, it's red on this for hot on the light, and then black on the bike. And then see if we have some more juice, because the battery was actually giving me a hard time. Yeah, so here goes that. That's how they look like when the little hazards are on. What up, guys? So another part for the bike came in today. It's right there, HID kit. That's just all the stuff in a little pile. We'll go through it here in a minute, but just to show you, you don't actually have to take this out. I was actually messing with something else, but you just take the 6 bolts out, and then the windscreen slides out. And then this one for the tack, you remove this one bolt. You can see the hole right there, and then you remove it. Then from the back, you push the back of the tack, and it should, let me see if I can do this left-handed. Try my right hand instead. You should be able to, it's like kind of wedged in there, like with these little rubber grommets or whatever. So after pushing it from the back, you should be able to, might have to use 2 hands. Alright, so I got it out. You can see here, this is where they go in. It's like these little rubber grommets, so it's like kind of snug, these little pieces right here. Then after you get it out, we have the actual tack cable that we got to remove. Let me see how this comes out. That's a little, let's see if I can put this down where you guys can see. I don't know if that's a good angle or not, but there's a little clip on the bottom that you got to push in. There it is. So now we got the tack out. So now what we need to do is move all this excess wiring, and I'm trying to see which one is the center one right here is the actual bulb. I don't know if you guys can see my finger. That's the top of the connector. So the middle one, because the 2 on the sides are going to be your high beams, and the one on the top is going to be this little oh sorry, that was kind of close, right above the headlight. There's like a little, okay, we got the bulb out. So here goes the ballast, the ballast down here, and then we have the bulb right here. So when you're doing an HID kit, don't touch the bulb at all. If you touch the bulb, you can risk damaging it. They're pretty sensitive. So I'm going to get all these wires kind of untangled a little bit, or kind of readjusted better, so I have better access, so I can slide the bulb in. Actually made a mistake on the last little portion I was talking to you. I was looking at that cabling, and I did HID kits on my Jetta, so that's why I totally forgot that. That's because if you don't have a wiring harness already there, then you use that. So I'm totally wrong. Basically, you put the bulb in, the bulb connects to the ballast like it is right now, and then the ballast connects to your cable from the bike, your actual headlight cable. So it was pretty straightforward. I just totally was thinking of something else since I did HIDs in my thing before. So we don't have any lights here. I had to use one of the little adapters because I think what it wasn't going all the way into the bike clip. But you guys can see here now, we got 6000K HID. Looks nice and clean, way better than the stock one. The stock one was like this top bulb, which on this one I think I'm gonna get like a small red bulb or something like that. Haven't decided yet, but I don't like how it looks. Kind of like, it looks dirty, you know, like this looks super clean and crisp, that HID, and then this looks kind of like, I don't know, like dirty because it's kind of like dull. So but yeah, it was just one of the little, going into the actual bike harness, the adapter wasn't sliding in all the way. So now we'll put everything back on. And the ballast, I was reading online, I guess a lot of people say it's better to tuck it all the way underneath all the stuff and then just zip tie all the cables together. So I guess that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. So I got the tack back in. Like I showed you guys, you just got to push down hard so it goes through those grommets and the bolt. All I did was tuck the cables in kind of underneath this part of the fender, like zip tied and tucked them in. I didn't want to shove them in underneath because I didn't want to get in the way in the image stabilizer. And then on this side, you guys can't really see it, but underneath the image stabilizer, look at me, steering stabilizer, there's a little plastic bracket. That's where I ended up putting the ballast, and like had to go under the fairing, get my hand underneath, and I put it right there with double-sided tape. So should be good because not too much water gets there anyway. When the visor and stuff is on, it's gonna stay good. So we'll go ahead and finish putting the rest of the stuff back on, and that's it. Quick little install of the HID kit.